So if we have all found our seats, I would like to call on Saeed El-Darhali, who is CEO of Simplicast. He's also a board member of Digital Nova Scotia, and he has the pleasure and the honor of introducing our first speaker.
Good evening, everybody. It's nice and bright up here, and thank you very much for taking the time to come out today. It's a real pleasure to be up here today to talk to you a little bit about some of the important things that we'd like to share with you from Digital Nova Scotia, and having the Honourable Premier come out to share some of his thoughts on the digital economy in Nova Scotia. So good evening. My name is Saeed El-Darhali, the President and CEO of Simplicast and a Director of Digital Nova Scotia. The Honourable Premier, Mr. Bill Hutchinson, invited guests, our future leaders, the students, and ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor to stand here today among great company. I was asked to speak for a few minutes, as I mentioned earlier, to focus on some key points that are important to us at Digital Nova Scotia. So I guess here it goes. It is time, the time is now for us to put our hands together as a community and start working to create the best province in Canada and the best nation in the world. We have been recently praised as the smartest country, and we must sustain this great honor by planning for the future and focusing on our executing our plan today. Some interesting facts that you may or may not have known. Did you know that Nova Scotia was the first province in Canada to be connected to the internet? Did you know that Nova Scotia was and still is Canada's gateway to the internet, being the Canadian terminus of the transatlantic trunk? Did you know that digital industry in Nova Scotia is larger than forestry, fishing, and tourism industries combined? And did you know that Nova Scotia ICT sector is a major contributor to the provincial GDP, generating over, anyone can guess, $1.5 billion? And finally, this is very exciting to a tech geek like myself, that Hibernia Atlantic is constructing the lowest latency transatlantic submarine fiber optic cable network from New York to London to be the fastest route from North America to Europe in 60 milliseconds. Imagine if I could do this speech in 60 milliseconds, how long would it be? So we are a well-connected province with smart people and the best infrastructure. And we have what it takes to become the first province in Canada to gain the iProvince title. But it will take investment, hard work, volunteers, and dedication for us to deliver on this great initiative. And we need you as our private sector partners and government to support to make it happen. We at Digital Nova Scotia have been meeting every month to look at opportunities to leverage our industry, work with our government, and motivate our students' body to focus on and help us grow our digital economy. We still have a lot to do and a long way to go to achieve our aggressive goals as the Nonprofit Association and as the voice of digital industry in Nova Scotia. We have a number of strategic goals that we are working on, but one in particular that is key to our membership and province, that is the asset mapping project. Digital Nova Scotia, with the support of the provincial government and the federal government, is building a detailed asset map of Atlantic Canada's digital economy, which will provide us with comparable data for each of the 4 provinces, on which we will build comprehensive and broadly accepted Nova Scotia digital industry growth strategy. We must know where we're at to understand where we're going. Our government has been proactive in developing our key strategic tools to help our sector grow, and we are thankful on behalf of our membership for such a key support initiatives. Some of the programs that you guys are probably aware of are the Productivity and Innovative Voucher Program that actually helps small businesses with $15,000 to work with publicly funded institutions. Another program that's of a great advantage to a lot of startup companies is boosting the equity tax credit to 35%. It was a lot of help for us at Simplicast and many others probably in the room. Reducing taxes for small businesses by 20%. You don't hear that every day. And productivity investment to help companies invest in advanced equipments to become more productive. And finally, the Jobs Here plan that is focused on innovation. Again, innovation, competitiveness, and learning. So Nova Scotia has 11 universities, as we all know, 13 community college campuses, all with an ICT digital or industry-related program. Halifax has the highest ratio of education facilities to population in North America, and Nova Scotia is the best place to do business in Atlantic Canada, and I'm proud to be Nova Scotian. One in four people in Halifax has a university degree, making Canadian city with the highest percentage of employees with degree, diploma, or a certificate. Again, I can go all night talking about our greatest gem, our province of Nova Scotia, but as you have heard, we have what it takes to become leaders in the digital connected global world. Digital and ICT companies located in Nova Scotia can now attract and retain the best and brightest from all over the world. In particular, Atlantic Canadians that will be graduating soon, and we have some of them with us today. Collectively, we must work together to create and secure jobs for our current population and begin the planning for the next generation. Youth employment and education is key to our success, and I've made it my personal goal to hire as many as 15 co-op students every year to help train the next generation of leaders, and I ask you, the private sector, to do the same. As you know, the government also established a new program called the Graduate Placement Program that provides up to $7,500 for employers to train our next generation of leaders. So finally, there's not a straight line to paradise, as the Premier once said in the Globe and Mail. And I would like to say there's not a straight line to becoming an I province, but we must push forward together to make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce the Honourable Premier, Darrell Dexter, tonight. The Honourable Premier, Darrell Dexter, was sworn in as the 27th Premier of the province of Nova Scotia on June 19th, 2009. Darrell Dexter has also been the leader of the Nova Scotia NDP since June 2001, and in June 2002 won the party's first one member, one vote election for leader. He was the first elected in Nova Scotia legislature as MLA for Dartmouth Cole Harbour in 1998, re-elected in 1999, and again in 2003-2006, and became Premier in 2009. I'm going to make this short because he's asked me to make it short. A practicing lawyer before he entered public life, Darrell also holds a degree in education and journalism. He also served in the Royal Canadian Navy as a Canada Information Officer for the Maritime Forces Pacific. As the Premier, and this is the most important part, of Nova Scotia, Darrell is committed to the future of strong and growing Nova Scotia, where everyone can live, raise a family, work, do business, and retire. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honourable Premier Darrell Dexter. Sir.